What's up, everybody? My name's Andy Dew, and I am a film and media teacher, and I also won some national awards throughout my film career. And today I'm going to be breaking down a music video for you, showing you from a filmmaker standpoint on how they made this music video. And today we got up on deck with some Stray Kids MEGAVERSE. So this music video has been all over the internet right now. It's blowing up. K-pop is huge right now, and I saw this video and I just had to do a review on it. It's one of the main reasons I even started this channel. So I'm super pumped to dive into this video with you guys today to break down how they made this music video from a filmmaker standpoint. Let's jump into it. All right, we got looks like a security guard here. Eating some food. Oh, now he's doodling. Little digital dropout. Oh, looks like he was defacing the Stray Kids there in the newspaper. Beach. Okay, yeah, draw some ones on him. Okay, what?
Run along with the ghost, jumping between every verse, the multiverse, and ready for our universe. First, second.
Okay, stop it. What just these cuts are crazy right now. So we jump in here and we got these crazy cuts where it's Felix in the middle of the whole crew, and then everybody just kind of drops out, and then you see him there and he starts rapping, and the beat in these cuts are crazy, and it's letting you know that we're not in the world that we're used to, that we're in their world right now. This is a heck of a way to start out a music video. Then we have like these directional cuts, like the way he's like moving back and forth, and sick. Okay, so he turns his head, and then we have a motivated cut. So it's like you see him turn his head, and then we cut whenever in that action. So we see him start the action, and then we cut. They move the camera over here, and then they finish the action. So he does the same action twice. They just move the camera over here, so it looks like, you know, giving him reason to look over there. And then we have this mirrored shot where both of them are in the elevator at the same time. So the way they pulled this off is they did a mirrored effect. Both of them are probably just in the elevator at the same time. We just got Felix closer to the camera, and we got them staring at each other. The way you can tell that this was just done in post is if that was an actual mirror, we would see Felix's face as well. And it wouldn't, you see like a double mirror effect over here on the side. We wouldn't have the back of his head. We'd actually see the front of his face off that reflection. But it's so quick you can't really tell, and your mind tricks you into thinking that these two guys are looking at each other, but it's different people. So you're like, oh, they're the same person, but they're different. So if they would have left this stuff off on the side, I think it would have been more believable, but it's still really cool shot. Really awesome way to start out this music video. I'm super pumped about this.
First, second, third, fourth wall, we're breaking them all.
Definitely breaking the fourth wall. Okay. Golly. These cuts are so motivating. Okay. These cuts are absolutely crazy, and they're just like telling an amazing story. Like, there's so much going on with this video, but it tells a perfect story of like them going after this guy. So we know what we got a mission to do. We're going after the guy who defaced us on a newspaper. Like, it's telling a beautiful story, and it's a simple story, but it's definitely showing that it's motivated, and you're getting motivated cuts, you're getting motivated action, you're getting a pursuit of going somewhere. We're following these guys to get this guy who just drawled on their face. And the match cuts are amazing. Okay, so let's talk about this. Let's break it down. So we got these guys walking across, and we change into one other guy throughout the walk. So right here, what we got is the director just probably put like a green sticker on the ground and said, hey, I need your right foot to hit here on this point so we can make a cut. And they get them both to walk that action on the music, and then make sure they hit that cue on the time where they needed to make the switch of where they start rapping, where they go from singing to rapping, and it's a different person. So that person steps on that cue and crosses over. Then you have like a little malfunction effect where it like shows like a little digital dropout where it switches to the other person, just to show that we're in the Megaverse, which is really cool. Their music videos are awesome. So that's a really cool shot, the way you just kind of walked it through. It's really simple to do. You just walk it twice and you just make the cut there. That zoom.
The Stray Kids MEGAVERSE. Welcome to the Stray Kids MEGAVERSE.
Okay. What? So first off, let's go back and watch this again. As we walk through, I kind of give you my perspective on it. So we see Felix swing as hard as he can into the camera, and then we cut where you just see him like kind of shake the jacket off, and the guy's flying through the air in super slow motion with his hands up. The way they pulled this off was they probably shot this in more than 10,000 frames a second. I'm not exactly sure how many frames a second they shot this to pull this shot off, but man, it is slowed down. So what you do in film to make this shot where it looks like it's slow motion, you film in a larger frames a second. Normally what we see on film and movies is 24 frames a second. Then what you can do is you can film in like 10,000 frames a second and then slow it down to 24 frames a second. And whenever it goes to the 24 frames a second, it's going to be slow motion, but it's going to be that natural flow, so it looks good to our eyes. Then whenever he hits this glass, we have an explosion at the bottom that probably just helped motivate to break the glass or just look cool. I'm not sure which one, but they probably use that to crack the glass so the guy flying through the glass doesn't hurt as bad. Of course, these stunt guys are used to doing this all the time. They probably only filmed this shot once or twice. You can't really get away with doing that a lot because it costs a lot of money to do special effects like this. So they probably had 3 or 4 cameras set up, and we see the motivated cut here where we cut to a different camera angle. So we filmed it in several different cameras just to make sure we had everything covered, all of our angles covered, so that they didn't waste their money. But they probably just had several different cameras up. I do kind of wish he would hit the ground harder. It's kind of like he lays down softly. But that's the only complaint about this shot, because everything else was just absolutely sick. But if we just seen that guy just like hit the ground and like flop everywhere, I think that would have been a little cooler to me, but still a really awesome shot. Let's go back and watch that one more time.
Stray Kids MEGAVERSE.
Man. And then that shot where they do like the warp on his face, that's sick. Then they do a time warp where it looked so you hide. Yeah, another thing that they did there was they also did a little time warp where you go really fast through the glass, so you can't really see that the glass kind of broke before he was there. So they kind of sped that up right there, so it also makes the hit more impactful as well. So they probably cut a few frames out and then made it look like he sped up through that glass, so he just slams through, and it makes it look more impactful, and you just get that like feeling throughout that shot. But yeah, really cool. These angles that they're shooting at is just crazy. They got the camera everywhere in this room. The camera's been on the roof, the ground, everywhere. Like, it's on the ground. Okay, that was sick. Okay, so one thing that's really cool about this shot right here that really sells it for me is the actor laying on the ground. He made up for that little soft lay down earlier with his eye movement here. If you watch his eyes right before we cut up to see multiple of the same person. So we got 3 of the same guy right above him. He's like, his eyes are just going crazy and they're looking all over the place. That really sells this effect because now your actor is like, you know, looking around and you're like, what's he looking at? What's he looking at? And then your mind automatically starts trying to look what he's looking at. And then when we see it, you're like, oh, there's 3 of them. So it sells this little example even more than what it would be, and you know, just completely changes your mind and completely makes you think, okay, this is actually happening. So just that little cue from the director saying, hey, move your eyes all around while you're on the ground here, really sold this effect. So really great job by the director to really push that out, and acting from this guy right here. Really cool. Okay, so speaking of shot that we got multiple people here, the way you can pull this off is pretty simple, but you need a robotic camera or a motion controlled camera to be able to pull this off. So what you do is you take that camera and you have a starting point and you have an ending point and a time frame to get to that from A to B. And the camera will take and do those motions over and over and over again. And all you have to do is put your actor in different places and get him to do different movements while he's doing his thing and just rapping and doing his motions, and get him to do something different every time. It'll look like you just copied and pasted the guy if you don't do this, but he needs to be doing the same lyrics 3 different times, 3 different movements, 3 different ways to really sell this effect. The mirror, that's awesome. The guy in the background walking through the door, cut through the wall. Nice. That's so sick. That slow motion fall through the, I love it. And then a shot through the ceiling? Come on, man. Oh, that's awesome. And then we go through the hole going down. Oh, man. That's so sick. First, let's talk about this fall through the ceiling. That is absolutely unreal. This is some really good editing right here. You got some rocks. It looks like it just explodes out, like he's hitting the ground so hard that it just shot these rocks out from him as he's just landing, and it is just awesome. This shot is really cool. I am getting some Turn Down for What vibes, but other than that, like, really cool. It did have that kind of feel. If you haven't seen that video, it's literally just people falling through the ceiling pretty much for the whole 3 minutes of the song. But we got this really cool shot of going through the ceiling, going back up. Like, the angles on this thing is crazy. Like, they are not afraid to put the camera in crazy spots, which I love about this music video. They just throw the camera anywhere they can. Like, it's so awesome. But we got a wide shot here, so let's pause it here on this lighting. And let's see what we got. It looks like we got some tube lighting that is going to be up here on the ceiling. We got another light over here that you can see that's bouncing off this wall. So we got, that's probably his backlight, just to make sure the background's lit up and to make sure his has a good hair light to show depth of field. We got another tube light that's going up and down on this side, and we have an outside the window shot that's just giving you like a moonlight, make you feel like it's a natural light, even though it's really just studio lighting. Really cool. Right here we have a camera that's attached to his body. Here's a picture of somebody with one of these on. So what this camera does is it gives you a first-person perspective, and you can actually feel what this person's feeling. We're feeling his panic. We're feeling that he's got to get out of here. These guys are chasing him, so he's got to get out of here. Okay. They put the camera on the floor. Literally, like, this shot, like, it's so quick, but this shot is absolutely amazing right here. Like, you literally just set the camera on the floor. What's wrong? What are you doing? Like, it's so creative, but like, I would have never thought to do that. Like, I love how like creative this video is, and how the director wasn't afraid to just throw the camera in a random spot and say, hey, what would this look like? And it worked almost every single time that they've done something crazy like that. Man, so awesome. Whoa. Can't get away from me. Wow. What a cool video. Huh. Is that? Tableau. Tableau is from Epic High. So I wonder if there's going to be like a collab or something with these guys. Maybe a little crossover of universes. Very interesting. Guys, that has been my review of Stray Kids Megaverse. This video was outstanding. The effects were awesome. The camera shots were on point. The directing was on point. Lighting looked amazing throughout the whole video. I didn't really talk about the lighting as much as I wanted to, but there was so much going on in this video. I couldn't really even... I didn't really have time to. It was such a good video, guys. If y'all want to see a breakdown of your favorite music video, please hit me up in the comments and let me know what you would like to see me do a review on. My name's Andy Dew, and I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you in the next one.